Fuck you.
That's 2 weeks in a row. That's back-to-back weeks. I started it live before that, and we've got new drop material again. Damn it.
I will say, though, that is potentially one of the best drive-bys we've ever had leading into the show.
I hate this so much.
Suds's last week was, I thought I got it in time. I didn't. And all you heard Suds say was, I'm not wearing any pants. And I started the reel. I was like, I'm going to start the video first from now on and then go live. Because right now, that's back-to-back weeks. We got some beautiful drops. Unreal.
Why you got to make fun of Crosby? I mean, listen, I'm with you. I don't think they should have restructured his contract, but like, come on.
I mean, you get to a point with a player. I mean, Red Wings did the same thing with like Zetterberg, and it's just like you're giving them a deal.
Thing with Chelios.
I mean, you're not going to live. The player's not going to live up to the deal, and you're doing it purely because of what they brought to your franchise in their career. I get it. At the same time, it sucks.
I mean, he did win 3 Stanley Cups while he was there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't begrudge them doing it.
No.
In fact, I'm a little gleeful that it's going to hold them back a little bit. But, you know.
Can we take that money, send it over to the Pirates, and give it to Paul Skeens so he doesn't go to the Yankees in a couple of years?
I mean, good luck with that.
Or O'Neal Cruz. Oh, my God.
So, welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for July 8th.
I found my new
back. Bruiser is back.
I'm here.
Zolt is here for the start of the show, and all it took was to wait till 9:30.
So I have found my new favorite Pirates player, though. Strictly off of his name. Rowdy Tellez.
Yes. Could be a wrestler, could be a NASCAR driver.
Right?
Right. Yeah. True.
I was watching. I don't remember if it was the 4th or if it was the weekend before, but I was watching Pirates play the Braves. And O'Neal Cruz came up, hit a 2-run shot. And then 2 batters later, Rowdy Tellez came up and hit another 2-run shot. And I was like, it's my magnetism. He just had to leave. It's fine.
Wow. And
he made the I'm gonna puke face and then bailed.
I mean, Christ, it's only baseball, man. I understand we're talking baseball, but chill.
I know. Listen, some of us like baseball.
I mean, I ain't gonna go that far, but you know, it's a sport. It exists. It's in my town.
They're only what. Listen, if the Pirates and the Tigers were in the same division, the Tigers would only be 1 game behind the Pirates right now.
I'll take that.
Pirates are 43 and 47, and the Tigers are 43 and 48.
Just, you know, at one point we're above 500.
We'll get there. Listen, you'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm just psyched that the Pirates might not sell the entire franchise in trade deadline this year.
I hear you. I hear you. I really do.
There's movement in a positive direction.
Even if that direction is just mediocrity,
I'll take it.
it's better.
It's better than being in the basement, man.
It's
Just-
you're not the White Sox, you're not the Athletics.
Hey, we're not constantly clearing the cobwebs out of the MLB cellar. We've moved into that one room guest room off of the side that doesn't have really good airflow, and you got to put the fan in the window to keep it cool in the summertime.
Right.
But at least it's on the main floor.
Like when you end the season, you're not going to have a stack of like 30 nameplates that you're just like, not going to need these anymore.
I just bought this jersey, damn it.
Right.
Wonder if I could just change it to NY colors. Speaking of jerseys, though, some of the games I've been watching, they've been wearing those City Connect jerseys. And I tell you what, man.
Some of those are pretty damn nice.
The Pirates ones are really nice. I like Atlanta's. I have to admit that, even though I hate Atlanta.
I like Detroit's.
Detroit's are cool.
I loved it.
Cleveland's were really good too.
Let's see if I can pull any of those up here. Ooh, MLB Shop. We can even see how much they cost.
A lot. I liked the Pirates one. It was like $130. Because I wanted to try to get a Rowdy Tellez one.
Just of course.
Hey, you said it before we went on the air. It could be a NASCAR driver, could be a pro wrestler.
That's right.
Could be a hockey player. My wife just goes, he could be a hockey player.
Could be. Here, let's see if I can. Even though it's got, the player that really shouldn't be playing all that much. But let's see. Let's pop in the. I dig them. I kind of like them.
I tell you what, I actually like the All-Star uniforms this year too.
I haven't even seen those.
They're on the. If you just go to MLB Shop.
Yeah.
They're on the main page.
Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Hang on. Oh, there they are. Present screen share.
They're not awful.
They're not awful. I like the National League more than I like the American.
Yes. I don't like that peach color.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Unless it's supposed to be like red for the Rangers. I don't know. But I do like those. I do like them. That's better than some of the
oh yeah, some of them over the years have been just atrocious.
Yeah. MLB Pittsburgh Nike Gold City Connect replica jersey. $139.99.
Here, let me show I'll show Pittsburgh here.
This is part of the problem with baseball. Yeah. I would wear the hell out of that jersey because it's Clemente and it's awesome. But $174 for a jersey.
Yeah. Right.
I know a dude who gets jerseys off the back of a truck, and I can have a replica Browns jersey for about $35.
Right.
You know what I mean? We all know somebody like that.
It's hard to see. I like the bottom right corner. We bleed black and gold.
That is, yeah.
I like that. That's a nice touch.
I just wish we didn't have to share the same city with the Steelers.
No, I get that. That is perfectly understandable.
You said you had NFL topics.
I do. I saw a thing today that apparently Joe Burrow had some comments. Not about play, not about contract, nothing like that. So worst kept secret in the NFL, as far as the league goes, is the league wants to move to 18 games.
Right.
Because let's face it, 17 games is stupid.
Yeah.
It's an odd number. It's literally.
But you're still playing 17 games. If you move to 18, you have a bye week, or if you have 2 bye weeks.
Well, no, they want 18 actual games. So Burrow said, yes, have 2 bye weeks. And in fact, his idea was take, for example, week 13, everybody's on a bye week. Literally take the week off and do like your Pro Bowl festivities. Do like the NBA does.
In the middle of the season?
In the middle of the season. And an off week for everybody. Teams can rest up.
Yeah, but then the guys who are
stars.
Yeah, but then the guys who are in the unless you're doing a like 7-on-7 flag football,
which is basically what the Pro Bowl is now.
right? I mean, D'Amico Ryans isn't coming across the middle of the Pro Bowl anymore, just leveling people.
No.
You don't have Pat McAfee running across there on a punt trying to kill somebody in the Pro Bowl anymore.
And so I was thinking about that, and number one, I like the idea. It also finished off with, so you're adding an extra bye week, you're adding an extra game. So you're adding 2 weeks to the regular season, which would actually put the Super Bowl the weekend of President's Day. So
which is traditionally the Daytona 500.
True, but it also means that people generally get that Monday off, which everybody asks for Monday off anyway.
So I'm not opposed to 2 bye weeks, but I think though that both of them, everybody should be off.
See, I was kind of thinking, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Because if you had 18 games, sorry, I'm thinking out loud and doing the math out loud.
Yep.
So if you had 18 games, you play 6 games, right?
Yep.
Bye week at week 7.
Okay.
Play 6 more games, bye week at week 13. Then you finish out the regular season. And it gives plenty of time because you've got all those nagging injuries that hit the first part of the season. Then if you've got guys who are still hurt or right on the cusp of coming back, and you have that extra week at week 13, you do your all-star festivities, you pick a city, you know what I mean? And even have someone bid on it. I mean, week 13 in the NFL usually falls right around the end of the college football season anyway. So you're looking right about Thanksgiving or right after. Or right before.
If you want to be really tricky, have everybody's bye week right after the trade deadline.
Oh.
Because everybody gets a week off. Players get an extra week to acclimate to wherever they are.
Yep.
That's not
learn
a bad
the
idea.
playbook.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. My only thing is take away 2 preseason games then.
No, I'm okay with that. I think most of the players would be okay with that too. At least, most of the elite players would be okay with that. Guys that know they're making the team.
Take away 2 preseason games and have 2 preseason games, or even take 1 away. Just go to 3. Make the 4th one the week off for everybody before the season starts. Have your big season kickoff. Play your 6 games. Trading deadline is at the end. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday after the Monday night game on week 6, and then that Sunday, Thursday through Monday, there's no games. Week 7's a bye week, and then we kick it off with week 7 or week 8 the following week.
I mean, honestly, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. It almost makes too much sense.
Well, they'll never do it because it makes sense.
Means they'll never do it. Yep.
Wait, it's the same thing in okay, I'm not trying to.
We've worked for companies where common sense doesn't apply. Common sense doesn't apply to the NFL either.
I am really thankful for my job at the moment because the company I work for is awesome. The dudes I work for are awesome. I I don't know how to handle it because like they're like, oh, you know what you're doing. You just go ahead and make whatever decisions you need to make and get the job done. And I went, nope. I work for micromanagers. You have to tell me exactly what I need to do for every step of the day because I can't function otherwise. But
and to be fair, where I work now, I have no problem with the people. The people are really nice. I kind of like what I do. The only issues I've got, and George knows what they are because we've talked about it. It is what it is.
There's no bidets.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You had to give up the summer home, didn't you?
There is currently no summer residence with this job.
That's what I thought.
That's why his backgrounds have been
Far
other
from it.
things lately.
Now you gotta get down with us poor folk.
I was going to say, I'm on medical. In fact, I'm even currently icing my foot because of this tendon tear. So yeah, I'm having tons of fun.
That's all right. When you bailed, you made the throw up face, and I was like, he's gonna go puke because we were talking baseball.
But anyway, like I said, I saw Burrow's comments on that, and I just thought, that's interesting. That's a player at least admitting that, hey, this is probably going to happen, and this is a solution.
Well, so to tie this in a little bit, the thing that drivers in NASCAR have been bitching about for the last like 4 or 5 years is that when the schedule comes out, they're going 15 to 20 races before they have an off week.
Yeah, that's rough.
And so there is room in the schedule to move things around, finish earlier, and put two off weeks in the season. Like to give a spot around like say Easter and like 4th of July for some off weeks so that the guys can kind of heal up, the guys in the shop can relax for a little bit, all that stuff. And NASCAR won't do it. And so like, I get it. I would people offer solutions and then the higher ups are like, that won't work. Why won't it work? Because it makes sense.
Well, I mean,
you can't do it if it makes sense.
Right. I mean, in the case of the NFL, this has got to be bargained with from the league and the PA. Here's a high profile player saying, look, we know it's coming. Let's work this out.
I would like to see more high profile players or high profile athletes take stances like this.
Yeah.
Because look, for the majority of our younger days, when we were watching sports, it was a meat market, you know? And now the younger players coming in want their time off. They want to go on their vacations. Yeah, they've worked really hard to get where they're at and they made a lot of money, but they deserve to go spend it when they can and not when they're 35 and crippled because they've been playing a violent game for the majority of their adult life. So, yeah, you negotiate those off weeks because I'm going to support it because I'm 42 and I wish I had the money you did that I could go on these vacations, but I damn sure I'm going to support you in having some work-life balance there.
Yeah. I mean, even before you made it to 17 games, instead of when it was just 16 games, how many rosters were absolutely decimated?
By week 13?
Even with one bye week. Yes. Well, you're like, are you going to make the playoffs? Sure. We don't know what guys.
And remember, the whole bye week thing started when they had the odd number of teams.
Yeah.
But look at the Colts, right? When Peyton Manning was playing for the Colts, if the Colts had a decent record by week 11 or 12, you knew Peyton Manning wasn't playing the rest of the season.
Right.
Which is why he didn't break as many records as he could have because they shut him down at week 12, week 13, and he didn't play the final 3 weeks. Jim Sorgi or whoever did. That's why you didn't have a whole lot of undefeated Colts teams, and you had a lot of like 12-5 12-4 Colts teams. Because Sorgi came in, played the last 3 games, and lost all 3.
Good Jim Sorgi call out. I like that.
That was nice. Well done, sir.
Ultimate clipboard manager.
Well done, sir.
Well, you've got to there needs to be. I've said it for a long time. 162 games for baseball is far too many.
Oh yeah.
82 games for basketball, 82 games for hockey, far too many. You could go WWE right now, right? They're selling out everywhere. It's the highest ticket prices they've charged for anything, and people are paying it because it's a hot product. If you limit the supply, the demand will go up.
Mm-hmm.
It's why there's so many 3/4 empty baseball stadiums, even though like the Indians are 56 or the Guardians are 56-33 right now, right? They are far and away one of the best teams in the AL. They're going to win the division. They're probably going to go deep into playoffs. I think the other night they had 12,000 people at the game.
Well, I'll throw this out there. I did see a rumor, I think it was last week, that NHL is really looking at moving up to 84 games.
Why?
However, what was the trade-off? The trade-off was like preseason was only going to be like 6 games total. And with the hopes that they would move Stanley Cup final forward 1 to 2 weeks.
Good. End it in May. It doesn't need to end in the middle of June.
Well, this last one ended like 3rd week of June. Maybe
after Father's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
I mean, it needs. I mean, I understand if it runs into June, but that always used to be the joke. You're playing, the most important hockey when you can't keep ice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate the fact that they're trying to figure out ways to move it up because that's where it needs to be.
I think hockey should start at the end of August and end in March.
They were talking having games. Yeah, preseason ends sooner. Regular season starts sooner.
Well, preseason usually ends 3rd week of September.
I was going to say first games are usually in the 1st week of October. I want to say this year it wasn't until like October 7th or 8th or something like that.
Yeah, but they had a week off. There was a week off.
In between preseason and...
Yeah, so it usually ends like 3rd week of September. So if you're only playing like 6 games, you're going to end right around the start of the NFL season, which is usually after Labor Day. September... What was last year's? Like September 11th was like the start of the NFL season?
Yeah, it was right around there.
So like I'm a firm believer that you need to have you could go to 62 games in the NHL schedule and it would be
sure.
It wouldn't impact anything.
Probably not.
And I still think you need to go to the 3-5-7 format in the playoffs. First round 3.
No, I get it. I get it.
I hate that basketball and hockey are all 7 games. I hate it.
I know.
Because it doesn't promote any urgency. And think of the shakeups that would happen if you had 3, 5, and 7 games. Because you only got to be in the first round, you only got to be good for 2 games.
I'll say this though, in that scenario, if it's a 3-game series, I don't want to see none of this home team for the first 2 games.
Nope.
No, it's got to be. You got to alternate that crap.
You go home, away, home.
Yep.
Deciding games should always be at home, but each team, home, away, home. And the same with the 5, right? 2-2-1.
Yeah. I don't hate it. It almost disgusts me that we're solving so many damn problems because You know,
Hey, we're just idiots with the internet and a microphone. We're not really solving anything.
we're solving everything.
Fair enough.
Okay. But yeah, I saw that again. It was just a rumor. Again, obviously that's got to be collectively bargained. So, but
Everything's got to be collectively bargained,
of
which
course,
is fine.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that just means it doesn't happen quickly.
Did Utah decide on their team name yet?
I think they're literally rolling with Hockey Club for the season.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
It's Salt Lake HC?
They're called Utah. They're not called Salt
Utah
Lake.
HC?
Yes.
I like it. You know what? It's different. I'm not upset with it.
I'm just gonna make sure I heard that correctly. I remember when they announced the 6 finalists.
Because the soccer club is Real Salt Lake, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, looks like the grimace streak for the Mets is over. The Pirates beat them 8-2.
I mean, it was going to end sooner or later.
How bizarre is that though? That Grimace throws out the first pitch, and they went on like a 9-game winning streak.
Whatever works, man. Well, I mean, the Florida Panthers and their whole rat thing.
I know.
I mean, that started. Who the hell was it? I can't think of it, but literally they were standing in line waiting to go out on the ice. Guy saw a rat running by, so he literally slap-shotted it into a garbage can. And they went out and absolutely destroyed who the hell they were playing that night. And now, ever since that story, rats get thrown on the ice. That's all it takes.
Well, I mean, the octopus in Detroit.
Octopus in Detroit.
I mean, did you see the weird stat I put in the chat about Mariano Rivera and with Mariano Rivera and men walking on the moon?
Yes.
George, did you see that one?
The what?
More men have walked on the moon than have earned runs against Mariano Rivera in the postseason.
Interesting.
That's a good stat. I like that stat.
And then, like, I saw that and I was like,
Durkin, how are you, dude?
What's up, dude?
How in the blue blazes are you? An OG of the dueling aces.
I'll say this,
Hey.
going back to the Utah Hockey Club thing real quick. The voting might actually be done. They haven't announced a winner, but the reason they're going to run this season as Utah Hockey Club is they're going to spend the season to work on logo, mascot, jerseys, all that kind of fun stuff.
that I have no problem with that. And to be honest,
Yeah,
if Hockey Club sticks, run with it. Run with it.
It was one of the final 6. So
Run with it. And you know what? The other thing, Durkin said that the octopus was tradition, the rat is a fad. Fads are what become tradition.
I was going to say that fad started a solid 25 years ago now.
Yeah. And now it's a tradition.
So
the fad for the octopus or the fad for the rat?
The rat. The rat.
No,
that
was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, man, it's a team in Florida, and we're not talking about them potentially moving. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm psyched. So I got my SummerSlam tickets.
Nice.
Did you?
Yup.
Awesome.
Yep. And I was looking at tickets for that Michigan-Texas game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard did you look?
Pretty hard.
Yeah. Couldn't have been that long ago.
It's going to say, good luck, sir.
I found someone. I found a few way up top for like 125 a piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe.
I've been
And
up
then
there. You can't see nothing.
well, I went back to look at them, and they were like 260 at that point, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm
Of
good."
course.
Yeah.
I said, "Nope, never mind. We don't need those. I'll just sit on my couch and watch it on my TV, or I'll grab Adam and we'll drive to Zolt's house and we'll just yell at the TV at Zolt's house."
Well, that game 7, I think to get in the door was something like 1,600.
Oh, for Edmonton and
Yes.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Hey, look, my heart broke for Edmonton because you came all the way back.
Yeah.
I
I was really rooting for him.
Me too.
I want to see Connor McDavid hold up a cup so damn bad.
Yep, I agree.
You played so long in Toronto, you know.
I
city-
honestly, I want to just break the Edmonton curse because that they deserve something now. It's not like we just keep screwing this up. We just keep screwing this up. They've actually become a good franchise
Again, yes.
again. Yes.
I think. Look, I said it, and then I regretted saying that as long as a team from Florida doesn't win, because the moment I said it, I'm like, they're gonna win.
Yeah. Right.
They're gonna win because, but everybody craps all over the Panthers and the Lightning as hockey teams because they're in Florida and they have such transient fan bases down there.
Right.
But those clubs are actually really good.
Yes, they are. Both of them. I mean, Tampa Bay has fallen off a little bit, but I mean, they're still up there. You know, they're trying to.
They fall off.
trend.
They fall off for a couple of years. They retool and then they
and
get
then
back
they
into
come
the
right back.
playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Panthers do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, okay, if you want to talk about a team with a transient fan base, Vegas.
100%, and they're not awful.
No, they're not awful. In fact, they're way too damn good for my liking.
For being that new, that young, they can't be that good.
Yes.
You have not paid your dues. Go back
Not
to
even
sucking.
close. Not even close. All right. I'm going to bring up the second thing that I had here as soon as I bring up the answer key on my phone.
You know, the what I was just looking up about the Stanley Cup stuff. The Vancouver Canucks were actually called the Vancouver Millionaires in 1915, and they won the first one. I was like, what? The Vancouver Millionaires.
Yeah.
And you know that not one of those damn players was anywhere near
Oh, no,
being a
not then.
millionaire.
Hell no.
I mean,
Back in 1915. Not
hey,
one of them was.
if you adjust the dollar for inflation and all that stuff, maybe.
In 1915, yeah.
If you adjust it for inflation now, maybe.
Maybe. The Seattle Metropolitans.
Yep.
In 1917, and the Toronto St. Patrick's. Oh, and Montreal was the Montreal Maroons.
Yes.
The Montreal Morons, they still are. It's fine.
Oh,
Which I would have to go back.
he went with it. He did his job. I set it up. He went all over it. Thank you, sir.
I would have to go back and look at my history. But I believe the Montreal Maroons and the Detroit Red Wings have a combined history.
Was
Like-
one did one move to somewhere else? Is it like
I
the
don't know if-
Cardinals and the old Cleveland Spiders?
It legit might have been a thing where the Detroit franchise purchased the roster of the Montreal Maroons.
That's
Something
you
along
know.
those lines.
Hey, listen, the Cleveland Barons won a Stanley Cup. They were just the Dallas the North Stars when they did it.
So
Oh,
I've got this
my
fun little
God.
chart that I came across.
Oh boy.
Whoops. Well,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
I'm going to give you the freebie because that literally just happened. So actually, I need to. I don't know if I can do it this way. So, I mean, This is the last time each franchise in the NFL was sold and how much it cost.
Was the Browns 94 or 95?
95,
right?
It was after that.
Modell with the dead year was 99. So after that is when you have to go. So it's
Well,
going to be
the Browns were already in Baltimore in 96.
no.
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yes, they were.
No.
I'm just going to throw this out here.
No, the 99 was the inaugural season.
For our Browns, not the Ravens. The Ravens were already in Baltimore.
This is what I got for the Browns.
Yeah, I know there's a recent one. The Haslams got it.
When they bought it. I'm talking when because Modell didn't sell the team, he moved it. Never mind.
He moved it. Yeah.
Never mind.
But there was the first purchase.
When did Modell sell it to the new owners of the Ravens?
No, Modell was the owner of the Ravens.
But then he sold it. He got into the same.
Yeah, he's on. They're on the
same
list.
Financial trouble in Baltimore that he got into in Cleveland, and he sold it.
It'll be that 2008 or the 2014 number, right, Zolt?
Sorry, we're talking Baltimore.
The Ravens, yeah.
The Ravens.
Baltimore. The last time they were sold was actually here in the year 2000.
Is that when Modell sold it?
Hang on. Whoops.
Nope.
There's multiple 2000s.
Well, look, there's I was going to say, wait a minute. This is out of numerical order here. Hold on.
No, it's in order of how much the team cost.
Oh, okay.
I will say.
All right. Well, Baltimore was sold twice, though.
Yeah, but this is only the last time they were sold.
The last time they were sold. Okay.
So all 32 teams are on here.
All
right. So if Baltimore, hold on, you're clicking numbers. No. I want to guess.
I'm giving you a freebie. The team on the bottom of the list has never been sold. 1919 is when they were established.
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
That's the freebie.
Right.
That's the softball. Yeah, that's the softball.
And honestly, when we get to those years that are just above Green Bay there's some funny numbers there.
Oh, I'm sure. The Panthers were 2022, right?
No, the Panthers were 2018. Time flies, man.
Wow.
When did the Maras buy the Giants? Was that the 60s that they bought the Giants? Because the Maras still own the Giants.
Right.
Yeah, the family has owned that for a very long time.
I was going to say.
So
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was 1932 when the Maras bought the Giants.
Yeah, because the Giants are original franchise. So
it was earlier than that.
Really?
1920?
1925.
Wow.
Was when the Maras bought the Giants?
Yep. And guess how much they paid?
I'll say 10,000.
$500.
$500.
That's a hell of a return on the investment.
No kidding. Oh, wow.
But doesn't that lead to the question, who the hell is below that?
Well, who else was an original? The Vikings were an original. The Chiefs were the Vikings are a little later. 1920.
The Vikings
have Bears.
The Bears. Yep.
1920. The Bears.
Yeah. Yep.
$100.
$100. Wow.
Here's the thing. So the Browns came into the league
in the
in 36. And the Steelers were before them. But I don't know when the
no.
Yes, the Steelers were in existence before the Browns. They weren't the Steelers, but the Pittsburgh franchise was in existence before the Browns. Pittsburgh had a pro football team, but I don't remember when the Rooneys. Oh, was it 33? Ah,
2,500.
suck it, George. I was right.
Really?
Okay. 1960. Was that the Chiefs?
Oh.
Yeah, the Chiefs and the Vikings, I think, would be next.
I will say this: the Vikings have been sold in the 2000s.
Yeah, because the new ownership.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They did.
2014, was that the Falcons?
No, Arthur Blank's a little bit sooner. I want to say that may be the 95. Arthur Blank, I think, is 94, 95, right?
Okay.
Atlanta.
Atlanta was in the 2000s.
Oh, it what? Blank. Wow. It
Not
was.
by much. We'll go ahead and throw this one out there. For $545 million.
This is
Again, a bargain.
if you look at from like 1919 to 1920 to 25 to 33, just look at the jump.
Yeah.
Every
Oh, God. Yeah.
Who else was so Pittsburgh was in 33. Who was in 32?
Who was who was the team that was it the New York Yankees football team? Is that the one that got switched to the Jets?
I have no clue. And I'm going to say this straight away. The chart that I've got lists what the team is called now. So,
Okay.
in theory, it could have been somewhere else when that actually went down.
Was 94 Houston?
94 is not Houston.
No, the Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans is 1959. Who I'm Oilers at the time?
Yeah, they're the Houston Oilers.
That would be in the Houston Oilers. Huh.
So wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, that's weird.
I thought they got sold when they were moved.
I know that's what I thought too.
Pretty sure they just up and moved.
They really.
Okay.
I mean, unless I pulled out a BS chart that is absolute garbage.
Hold on. The research department is working on this. I have to dust off. We have to dust off the computers. There's some cobwebs. We haven't been working for a while. We gotta boot up the Windows DOS, all that stuff.
I hear
Windows 3.1.
I was gonna say I hear the little AOL in the background.
Our dot matrix printers are going. Listen, that was some nerdy references right there.
Yes, it was. Yes. That's super scary.
Okay, Houston Oilers founded in 1959 by Bud Adams, who remained the owner until his death in 2013. So that was when they were founded.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah, and his daughter Amy is the current owner. Okay.
Like the actress Amy Adams?
No. Her name's cool. Amy Adams Strunk. She's got one of those.
It got less cool
names.
32.
Who else is an original?
I don't think it's an original. I think it's somebody that.
No, it's got to be an original. Who else was an original? God. Wow.
Philadelphia.
No, that's 70.
I'll tell you this: Philly was sold in the 90s.
Was that 97?
Oh, I got to keep remembering that crap.
No, they were not 97. They were actually not. Oh,
90.
hang on. Yes, 94. I had two
They were
94s.
the
Sorry.
94.
Almost screwed that up.
185.
185.
Okay, this is
Well,
interesting.
wait a
as
minute.
all hell.
Wait a second. The Houston Texans are
The Dallas Cowboys.
99.
The Houston Texans.
Houston Texans are 99. That was that's their inaugural year.
Their entry
That's
fee, 700 million.
Is their entry fee. Yeah, I was gonna say that there they are.
So would that make
Minnesota?
Jacksonville would be 95 then?
No, because Mr. Khan.
No,
Mr.
Khan
bought
bought them. So Khan bought them in 08.
Is not 08.
2010.
Then the 10 or the 11.
It's the 11.
Yeah, we know that spitball is sitting right there. Good Lord. Oh, wait a minute. Is 67 the Detroit Lions?
Is not 67, although you're pretty damn close.
64?
Yeah.
Or 60?
It's 64.
It's going to be in the 60s. I'm sitting there going, duh. Yeah, we know they were there somewhere, that the Fords got them after the championships.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, they did.
After all those championships, that's when the Fords bought it and screwed it up.
Although look at that jump from Kansas City at 25,000 in 1960. 4 years later, the Ford family buys the Lions for $5 million.
So I'm not proud of this because I was so desperate. I needed to know the answer to this, but I know the answer. I know the answer to the other 19.
You're not supposed to Google it.
Well, I needed to know. It was killing me. I know the answer to the other 1932 team.
Okay, go ahead.
Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Wow.
At the time, they were the Chicago Cardinals.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the other thing you got to keep remembering is all these teams moved. Oh, well, the Rams. The thing. The Rams. Hello.
I looked up NFL teams 1932 because I wanted to see who was in the league, and then I'm like, that's the one that makes no sense.
Sorry, George. What'd you say? The Rams?
The Rams.
Where? What year?
97.
The Rams are not 97. They are, in fact, in the 2000s.
2014?
2010.
2010?
The Chargers.
Well, the Chargers are still the same ownership. They just moved. $72 for the Chargers.
Chargers are not 72. Chargers are, in fact, 84.
84?
Can I, Bob?
Oh.
Love you. Who got sold? The 2022 one bothers me too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because we literally just went through it with Washington. The year before that, we went through it with somebody else. And there were like these 4 or 5 groups that were all trying to buy it, including former players, former quarterbacks.
Is 97 the Colts?
No. The Colts were actually, the last time they were sold was well before that.
Irsay bought them before.
77 was the Colts.
You're close.
Well,
You're close.
there was the Baltimore move. Was it?
72.
Wow.
Who tried to buy 2022?
Or who did? Who did?
Yeah,
get
who was
sold?
actually somebody actually got sold? I mean, I'll give you a hint. AFC.
The Bengals?
Nope.
No. East of the Mississippi or west?
West.
West.
Oh, the Raiders.
No. The Raiders did not get technically sold. It got passed down from one family member to another.
Oh,
If
that's
you want
right.
to go into the
Oh.
whole tax details,
Oh
that's a
no,
separate issue.
Al Davis is 66.
The Broncos.
Yes.
The Broncos were the 2022, but 66 is Al Davis.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I know Washington kind of, everybody
Look
looked at that one, but
Okay,
Jesus.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's a jump.
Wow.
Hold on a second. 1964, Detroit sold for $5 million.
Yes.
2 years later, the Oakland Raiders sold for $180,000.
Yes.
That's Art Modell stealing money.
That is the beginning of Detroit's issues right there. Not having a clue what the hell the market is.
And whoever was in 67 is just as bad, because if Vegas went for 180,000 the year before, you royally screwed up there. Okay.
Was 85 the Patriots?
Nope. Patriots were actually after that.
Yeah.
I'll say 95 on the
Kraft is-
Patriots.
I was going to say Kraft is.
Haha, I was right.
Nope.
Nope.
Hang on. Hold up.
That's the
I got the wrong
97?
spot. It's the other 94.
It's the other 94. Okay,
The other
I was a year
94.
off, but I'll take it.
$77, $67. Seattle came in in the 60s, but they've been sold once as well. Hey, Bryce, give me your book. The Seattle was
2008.
no.
It was recent.
No.
It was before that.
Was it 05?
90s.
It was
97.
It was the 90s, as a matter
It's
of fact.
the 97.
Yep.
That's the 97. I was going to say, Seattle has had only 2 ownership changes. So, dumbass.
Was 77 New Orleans?
49ers.
Okay, 77 for the 49ers.
49ers. Yep. I was like, yep. That's where you got him. That's where you got him. I think New Orleans is later than that, though. What do we got left for New
I was going to say,
Orleans?
we've only got
89 for New Orleans.
89 was not New Orleans. We'll go ahead and slot New Orleans here in 1985.
Okay, a couple of years off.
Yeah.
A couple of years off, but not by much.
67.
Oh, the Miami Dolphins. Duh.
Miami Dolphins sold in 2008
Yeah, it's
for a
'cause
cool
when they-
1.1 billion. It was the second. Well,
was
technically at the
the
time, it was the first
stadium.
billion
Was
dollar.
was 89 Dallas?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Yep. Good call. Because it's not going to be 67 because Jerry Jones bought him. That was in the 80s. So
Really, there's only 4
95?
teams left.
95. Okay, hang on. So we've got Cincinnati is 95.
Cincinnati is 1967.
Really?
Because the Browns have owned it since then. No, the Brown family, Paul Brown.
Right.
Nice $8 million mark there. So we got all the older ones. 1995, 2005, 2014. I will say this, one of these, you guys have mentioned the team name multiple times. But you thought it was way early.
Now I'm trying to think of who I mentioned.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills in 05?
Buffalo Bills were 2014
2014.
for 1.4.
Was it we mentioned the Vikings a lot.
Vikings, right.
You
so
did,
that's
in
05.
fact, mention the Vikings a lot.
Yeah, that's the 05.
That's
So
the 05.
95.
Who's the other 95 team? Who's the 95
New
team?
England, Philly,
NFC.
It wasn't the Browns. But that was the year that the Browns left the league, became Baltimore. And that was that overshadowed everything.
and Carolina and Jacksonville were
96.
later in right. So who got sold?
AFC or NFC, Zolt?
It's
NFC.
NFC. It's NFC. Rams. So, okay, the West is already in there. The East is there. Dallas, Philly,
Hold
New
on.
York.
Let me.
New York. So the East and the West are already named. So
The Buccaneers.
It's Tampa Bay. Yeah. Is headed to the South. So that makes Tampa Bay it.
192 million in 1995. Again, I thought it was an interesting chart. I'm like, this is fascinating.
Yes,
it is kind of interesting because I want to say it was an article that everybody talked about 2010, 2011 that they valued the Cowboys at like $2.5 billion.
Yeah.
And everybody,
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "There's no way. There's no way." And then in 2012, the Browns sold for $1 billion. And you look at from 2012 when the Browns were sold for $1 billion to a decade later when Denver was sold, they were sold for almost 4 times the price, or over 4 times the price. Which just goes back to the old saying that if you own an NFL franchise, it is a license to print money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we said it at the time. You know, they forced Dan Snyder out of Washington. They sure as hell didn't punish him.
No,
they gave him $6 billion.
I would like a time machine because I would like to go back to 1933 and lend the Rooneys half of that money.
Right.
Like, you can have the name ownership, but just like my descendants get a percentage of profits. Trust me. Like, Just trust me, you'll be fine. There's this kid from the South who's going to come along with buck teeth and a skullet. His name's going to be Terry. You'll be fine. I promise. There's this big Guido kid named Franco who's going to pretend he caught a ball and then run it in for a touchdown. You know, speaking of that, we were having this discussion the other day, a couple of friends of mine and I, because I was at I was at Christina's, is it the wife's uncle's 60th birthday party, and that we were talking about instant replay.
Okay.
And I said, there's a lot of things that I would love to go back into the past with instant replay and see if it actually happened the way that we all kind of, like Babe Ruth's called shot, right?
The Immaculate Reception.
The Immaculate Reception. And I was thinking, I was like, what are like the 5 most, overplayed clips that we all see that I would love to have instant replay on? And the Immaculate Reception is one of them. But the other
Can you
one,
imagine that? Nope, the ball hit the turf. It's an incomplete pass.
But the other one is Ernest Biner's fumble.
Oh.
Because if you look, his knee was down. And was the first one? Yeah. I don't remember if his knee is down or the ball crossed the goal line, but that should not have been a fumble.
I don't know, because I could have swore he was still a couple of yards out.
But he was there's there's a few of them that I'm like, I would love to go back with just the instant replay and be like, you are wrong.
There was a similar topic. I think it was last week on sports radio here. It was, if you could pick one thing in sports history and change it, and what kind of ramifications would that, follow the butterfly effect further way down, and what do you think that does? And I thought somebody called in with it, and it was, hang on.
Yeah, he lost it before he got in the end zone, and he was never down.
But the thing I came up with,
Maybe
if
it
you
was
could change,
I don't remember, but it was one of the terrible Browns plays, George. I could be convoluting it.
You mean the 4th and 22 that they just let them have, and wherever they marked it off at?
I don't remember. Anyway, what were you saying, Zolt?
I was just saying, if you could change one thing in sports history, just one little detail, and what kind of effect do you think that would have? And the one I thought of that somebody actually did call in and say was, what if Bo Jackson never got hurt?
Oh, I was watching the Bo Knows 30 for 30 the other day.
Yeah.
And Madison came in, she goes, "Who's that?" And I was like, probably the greatest athlete to never be fully realized his potential. He could have been a NFL and MLB Hall of Famer.
That's exactly what they said. It's like Hall of Fame in 2 different sports. And not only that, but how about, like when you're going to tackle Bo Jackson, the comment that they made is like, that was a business decision. That wasn't a football decision. That was.
I've actually had this discussion with some wrestling friends of mine, and I'll pull it into wrestling because I've talked about the butterfly effect because it is huge.
Yeah.
If the curtain call didn't happen in 1996.
Okay.
So, the curtain call is, right?
Yeah.
Curtain call doesn't happen in 1996. Hunter Hearst Helmsley goes on to win the King of the Ring. Stone Cold doesn't win it that year because as his punishment, Hunter was supposed to win King of the Ring that year. He didn't. Stone Cold won it. And we all know 1996 King of the Ring was the infamous Austin 316 promo.
Right.
So curtain call doesn't happen. Austin 316 doesn't happen. Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't become the biggest wrestling star of the 90s.
Well, I'll rewind it to just The one we just
I like Zolt's like, we're talking real sports.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, no.
I'm okay with it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just think that I get what you're saying, but I still think Austin 316 promo just happens at a later time.
It doesn't happen in the way that like he still feuds with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen naturally because there was that set of events that just happened.
Well, I'll
I
plop the Biner fumble on you because the Browns then go to the Super Bowl and guess who they have to play?
The 49ers.
The Washington Redskins with Doug Williams at quarterback. And think about how that football game would have went. Does Doug Williams still become the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Do the Cleveland Browns shut him down and change that history?
No, because the defense. Here's the thing: the second time the Broncos beat the Browns and went on to get their asses handed to them by the 49ers, I think looking back statistically, that Browns defense was better than the Biner defense, the Biner fumble defense.
Which, by the way, the Broncos defense crapped the bed and gave up 35 points in the second quarter to Doug Williams and company.
So
and got slaughtered 42-10. But I still think that the Browns defense was much better than the Broncos by a large margin. That would be an interesting game, an interesting ordeal to have changed. Because that was right.
Now it got me thinking of
or what if Marshawn Lynch actually gets to run the football?
Oh, okay.
What if Marshawn Lynch actually gets to run the football? It's another Tom Brady loser Super Bowl.
Hey, I'll do you one better. I'll kill the whole dynasty right now if the refs actually knew the rule book and didn't call the tuck rule.
Yep.
How about if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt?
I still think Tom Brady probably comes in the following season.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. The following
remember
year,
Parcells wasn't
the coach. Belichick was a coach.
Right, but he was very influential with Bledsoe.
Sure.
So I don't think Tom does. I think Tom still sits 3 years.
Here you go. Here's an interesting one. It's not necessarily sports, but it is sports adjacent, sports related. Nike never gives Jordan his 25% on the shoe sales.
Wow. That's interesting.
Ooh.
I think it was 25%. I can't remember what the original deal was.
Huh. I was going to say, I'll turn around and go watch the Matt Damon movie.
It is a really good movie. Listen.
I know, I swear to God, I do need to watch it. I know, I saw the trailer for it. I was like, Bryce, we got to watch it.
He has done two really good sports biopics. He did the one about Carroll Shelby in Ford versus Ferrari.
I love that movie. That movie.
It's not factually accurate in a lot of ways, but like it's still a really good movie.
Yes, it's a fantastic movie. Yeah.
Here's the thing. They make it seem like Ferrari was in it to the very end. Ferrari was out of that Le Mans within the first 6 hours.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the Gran Turismo movie. It is loosely based off of that kid's ordeal. I mean, it's the races aren't quite in the correct time order either. The crash actually happened. The crash actually happened after Le Mans.
The Ford versus Ferrari races are in the correct order. And yes, Ken Miles had to win Daytona to go to Le Mans, but they made it seem like he passed him on the last lap. Look, Ken Miles passed the other Ford driver with 3 hours to go and then led the whole rest of the way. Like, It wasn't. It wasn't as nail biting as the movie made it
Right.
seem. But yeah, if Jordan never got his percentage deal on the shoes, what happens?
What if Elway decided to play for the Colts?
Ooh,
Oh, no. What if Elway decided to go play for the Yankees?
Ah,
that's right. They did draft him.
Uh-huh. What if Elway decided not to be a football quarterback and became a New York Yankees pitcher instead? Boy, does that really throw a monkey wrench into into that. So how about them apples? And remember, Russell Wilson also was drafted by the Colorado Rockies. What if Wilson decided to go play baseball too?
I know you guys don't care about like figure skating that much, but what if Nancy Kerrigan doesn't get her kneecapped?
oh no, that's huge. That
Oh,
happened
that's
here.
huge. Yeah. No, that's a big one. That's a big one. That is a big one. I was going to say she probably walks out with a ton of gold, actually, because that.
Because she was never the same after that.
Nope. No, that is a big
Anyway.
one.
Again, I thought that was an interesting little topic when that came up, so I was kind of saving it.
No, I like
the
that.
show.
No, I like it. Yeah.
My brain. You got my brain going because I'm trying to think of.
Shoot, we can make that a perfect 10 list. Hell, that's a good one. That is a really good one, Zolt. I like that.
Here's
I think we really should
Here's a
come back
historic-
next week. We can come back next week and bring up our own list.
here's a historic one. What if Jesse Owens doesn't clean house in the 1936 Olympics? In Berlin.
Right.
Ooh.
I mean, if you want to, how about if Muhammad Ali doesn't get banned for how many years
The draft
for
for
refusing
being
to
a
report
conscientious
the
objector.
draft
Yes.
in his prime.
Fine. Ooh.
What if Mike Tyson doesn't go to prison for rape? Now, I have to say this because I am not advocating what he did at all. I'm saying if he never committed
the crime.
If he never committed the crime.
Okay.
Oh, we
I'm
know
not
where
saying,
Suds,
if he didn't
we
get
know where
caught.
Suds. We know Suds will turn around and he has a laundry list of people about not committing crimes.
I don't.
With
Whatever.
he's got hundreds of people. What if? But no, I like this. I think you turn around and come back next week with like top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
Things.
people have said it before. History turns on a dime. Just one little thing. And I'm not saying some of these are little things. I'm just one moment, one action, one choice.
Shoot, it's kind of like Bryce. What if he doesn't have an exploding appendix on him? What does he do in the bowling tournament 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
What if Nick Saban decides to stay in the NFL and not take the Alabama job?
God.
That's a good one. Stop, man. We got to save some of these for next week. We got to save some of these.
His players about the mutiny, though.
Well, he doesn't play there. They were about the mutiny.
They were. No, dude, we definitely should do a top 5. Everybody just bring a top 5 with them next week.
I've already gone through all of mine. Now I have to actually
you'll think of really good ones. If we got a whole week to really dwell
what
on
if the rain delay isn't called in the 2016 World Series in Game 7?
Yeah, the Indians probably win it.
Hang on. What if against the Chiefs, San Francisco actually had a decent quarterback?
They didn't have their MVG.
Ass. What an ass. What an ass.
Roll the credits. Night, everybody.
Say
I gotta
goodnight,
get
Grace.
to bed.
We'll see you on the flip side.